Hey everybody, so I am doing a tutorial today on HooteSuite. We did this for a team call via Zoom not that long ago, and I have had some requests from friends from other teams and a few of our own team members as well that weren't able to be on. So I'm happy to do this and to share it with anyone if it is beneficial for them. HooteSuite has been a really big game changer for me in just lessening my anxiety about being near my phone or my computer, taking the time to really just get things set up so that I can relax and know that my presence will be continuous on social media in the ways that I want it, but not feel like I have to be there every second watching it or trying to be creative, because we're not always creative. So I'm going to share my screen with you here, and we will get started. As soon as my mouse works. All right. So this is kind of small here, but let's see if this will, there. Okay, so this is essentially HooteSuite. You just type in www.hootesuite.com, and so it is spelled HOOTESUTIE. I'm sorry, SUITE, HooteSuite. You go in, and the first things that you're going to need to do are you're going to need to add the stream, what social media stream that you want. So it's even letting me. So if you go into add stream here, you'll see it says add a profile. I don't have a Twitter profile at this time, but Facebook. You're just going to go in and select a profile. I have my personal page, and then I have my kind of my product page or my branding page that's still a little bit of a work in progress, but I do have both of those in there. And so I chose both of those. Those are in there. And then essentially I chose scheduled and timeline, because those are the two that I essentially use. Mostly scheduled. Timeline essentially means that I'll show you that in just a second, what timeline means. But scheduled is what I'm using this mainly for. So I want to see on my main page what is scheduled on those pages every time I open up my account. The other ones I use are LinkedIn. So I have my LinkedIn account, and essentially, you know, I have mine connected, but it worked very, very simply and easily. If you know your passwords to your accounts, it should really connect them as long as you have an internet connection very easily. Same thing with Instagram. This is a little bit trickier as time goes along with using Instagram, which we'll talk about in a minute, but overall, it's connecting Instagram to HooteSuite should not be a problem. So you have to add your streams. That's, you know, first of all. So when I told you as far as scheduled versus timeline, this shows you what's on my timeline. So it'll just keep showing everything that's posting there. I don't necessarily need this on here. You know, I guess it shows me what's being posted, but what I really want to see is what's scheduled. So mine's pretty thin right now with the weekend coming. You know, I'm posting a little workout for peeps Saturday, but you know, I'll post something for my family days that I just add in. Like my daughter has a basketball tournament tomorrow, so I'll be posting things on my timeline that I'll be pushing through on my own. But as far as scheduling things, you know, once I get into Monday and the rest of the week, then this is a pretty full. I try to do this and get it taken care of for most of the week. So after you add your streams, like I said, scheduled, here's my Instagram account, my scheduled LinkedIn account, and my Facebook scheduled account. That's here where when I talked about social network. So here's where you're connecting. Sorry, when they talk about stream. So stream is essentially what you're going to see on here. They keep telling me they want me to try the new streams. To be honest, I'm learning too. So what I'm teaching you is what I know. I know there's a lot more to learn, and they'll probably be in a more advanced tutorial down the line. But for now, this is what's been helpful for me to know the basics. The next thing that I will tell you is scheduling a post. So a few tips that I'll give you there is, number one, it takes me about an hour to schedule my post for the whole week. And that will be on my Instagram, on my LinkedIn, and on my Facebook pages. I do mostly do the same posts for each. Sometimes I will be a little bit more intentional with business type posts on LinkedIn. They'll look a little different than my other ones, but for the most part, to keep it simple, I do the same post on them. So you go up into this compose message area. You hit the little paperclip attach media. Here's my next tip for you. Oh yes, I don't want to do Facebook videos right now. You go to choose files to upload. So this is something else I really will recommend that you do. On my MacBook Air, I just have the little guy. And what I did was I have all my downloads, documents, pictures, everything. And what I actually I went through all of them, and I put every single picture, before and after, recipe, you name it, into a folder. I put it in my green folder that kind of told me green is go. Like, these are all ones that you can use. So I really organized them that way. As soon as I would post on them, I would pull them over into the red. So now that I know that I've used them, and I don't have to even think twice about, if I can grab that one or not. This is something I'm working on my phone next. I have a ton of stuff on there that I need to go through. But when you have this part done, it makes life so much simpler to not have to worry about what am I going to post, or what haven't I posted, or what have I. So I'm just going to pick, I'm not sure what this one is, but I'm just going to pick it. So now I have that on there. You can type in your message, whatever you want to add to it, or you can add a link. I've added some of our company's videos, like from our ISA movie. I've added in a few of those links, and essentially they'll have you shrink them down so that they aren't so long. And that's kind of cool too, to be able to add that in. So it's very neat to do it that way. You pick which profile you want. So you pick which profile you want it to essentially go to. And then if you're going to schedule them, then you pick the calendar, and you're going to go in and you're going to pick, we'll pick tomorrow so I'm posting essentially on those times that for the week, Monday through Friday, generally, I always get a post in about 7 a.m., which, as many of us moms and families know, there's a really busy time at home, getting the kids out of the door to school, breakfast, kind of waking up time. So it's wonderful to have that 7 a.m. post scheduled and done, and know that it'll push through for those, that are not in that and watching, maybe checking their Facebook for the first time that day. I usually post about 11:30, 11:45, so that the lunch hour crew gets it, and then I post another right around 7 p.m., between 7 and 8 p.m. So that's generally when I schedule. On Saturday, most people, especially this weekend, it's beautiful out, so they're not going to be watching Facebook much, but this is just kind of an inspirational one anyways. So I'm going to schedule. And now you'll see it on your feed. Oh yeah, it's one of my Jesus Calling ones. Awesome. Okay, so so that's now, some tips for you that way. I will say I can't show it on here. I might be able to show the little app for you possibly here, but once I stop screen sharing, I did download the HooteSuite app to my phone. I have an iPhone, and with Instagram specifically, I schedule all my posts, but you will get an email that says publish to Instagram for every one of those, you actually have to manually push that through. It's very easy to do, but you'll just go into the HooteSuite app. Up in the right-hand corner, there'll be this little bell, and there'll be kind of a red alarm flag on it, and a little red flag on it, and you'll just press that, and essentially it'll walk you through. It'll just tell you, are you connected to Instagram? I hit yes, I am. It copies your text for you, and then you just use your filter, you know how Instagram does it, and then just push it through so you publish it. So that's a little extra step with Instagram. I don't always get those right at the same time as my other media sources, but it still works well, and I sometimes am okay if it doesn't go the exact same time as the other ones. So that's just a little hint for Instagram. Above and beyond these are the main things that I'm using HooteSuite for, and like I said, I've really found it to be very helpful for me to take a lot of pressure off, not worrying about it as much. So I'm going to stop screen sharing here for a second, and let's see if I can be savvy and show you my HooteSuite app. I mean, essentially, we've all been on the App Store, so I know you'll be able to find it, but let's see if we can get it. So there you'll see, I have one right now. There, that little one with the red, and that tells me that I need to push that one through. So clicking on it, it'll guide me through now what I need to do. Again, like I told you, now that I'm going through my phone, all the pictures and everything I have on there, that once I get those into folders and into areas where I will use those, this is also, let's see if I can do this without it looking glare for you. I don't know if I can. It looks kind of glary. Let's see. There. Okay, so now you can see the streams right on my phone, and this is super easy. It's the same exact way. It's just via my phone. So this will give me the ability to schedule posts right from my phone as well. I like doing it from my computer. It feels like I am, getting things a little bit more done. I like to type in my, via my keypad versus my fingers on my phone, but both work. And being I have so many pictures and so many things on my phone, I will be using that at some point as well. So that's kind of my next task. You have to have the HooteSuite app in order to use Instagram. So if that's one of the social media sources you're thinking about, you're going to want to put that HooteSuite app, that's the owl and the white background on your phone. I think that is the bulk of what I do, what I use. There are ways that when I've told you as far as if you already have used folders to categorize your friends into a prospect group or into someone that you want to see your posts a little bit more, there are ways on HooteSuite where you actually can go in and edit. If you just toggle over, you'll see an edit over the picture. Let me just see if I can go into that. So like here, if you toggle over and you'll see edit message, see if I can figure out. So if you go into privacy options, in your Facebook account, and then there you go. So there's obviously it's Facebook, that's where I have mine categorized, but now you have the option of going into a folder. So I can go in and this will just share to them. So that's also a really nice option, and you can be more intentional about that. So I think that those are really good ways so that you all have the ability to use HooteSuite. And I hope that it is as beneficial to you as it has been to me. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Have a beautiful weekend and enjoy the nice weather for us North Dakotans, which we have not had great weather yet. So have a great day, everybody. See you.